Deep breaths, Jay.
I know it's deep breaths. Sorry about that, people. I was just having a little bit of technical difficulties on my end. I had to get pretty.
Did you do your hair?
Yes. Look, see. So, a little bit of change of plans and everything like that. Freaking made a guest cancel, but no big deal. We're back on. We're going to be joined by Stacy. We're going to be talking about some reincarnation and what her thoughts on it are. So, Stacy, what is your thoughts on reincarnation? Do you believe it's true?
I do. I do believe it's true. I mean, I wish there was more confirmation of it, proof. I would love to see that. But there's actually someone that's in chat. Brooke is in chat, and she has so much experience with stuff like that. I actually reached out to her and asked her, I'm like, can you make sure you come tonight?
Oh, does she want to come up on the panel too, or?
I don't know. Brooke, do you want to come up? Hi, Carrie. Brooke, we can drop you the link if you're interested in coming up to the panel, because I know you have a lot of experience with that stuff. But no pressure. We'd love to have you, but no pressure.
Yeah, no
We'll
pressure.
drop the link and then you just click on it. I say we, like I own this place. This is Jay's stream.
Yeah, I'll just send you the link, Brooke, if you want to. Put it on here so I can control who goes in and out. Copy the clipboard. There we go.
Hi, David.
David.
Okay. And see if I can paste it.
Can you guys tell me if I'm echoing?
No, you're good.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, I just want to talk about reincarnation and stuff like that, and what your thoughts are. Do you believe it's possible? What do you think you carry over from your past life? Do you think you can remember anything in your from your past life?
A couple of things that I was actually researching a little bit. And I think it's really interesting that when you ask people if they could come back, who would they want to come back as? Or what would they want to come back as?
Right.
A lot of people want to come back as an animal.
Really?
Yeah. I find that really interesting. I'd want to come back like Elvis Presley, like Marilyn Monroe. I want to come back like in the big time. I mean, I know their life was, filled with pain and drugs and alcohol, but I mean, can you just imagine walking a day in Elvis Presley's shoes? I mean,
oh man, that'd be insane,
right?
Honestly, hello, Graceland.
Seriously, my uncle is so obsessed with Elvis Presley. He has an entire bedroom dedicated to him of all his memorabilia. I'm not even kidding.
I'll tell you this, Mitch. We've been to Graceland, and you might think it's not as a big thing, but it's an actual nice place. I mean,
I bet you it is, man. I ain't ever been there, nothing like that, but it's been pretty cool. I mean, I probably want to come back as I don't know. It depends on what years. I would love to come back, but or a past life, you know what I'm saying? Go back into medieval times type of thing. I don't know so much about the future or nothing like that. I mean, I don't know.
I want to be a lion when I come back.
That's awesome. Back as turtle because I can live 400 or 500 years.
I want to be awesome. A sunflower.
A sunflower.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends too. I mean, if I was going to come back, I don't know how much I'd want to remember. I don't know if I'd want a complete fresh start, clean slate, or if I'd want the ability to actually fix things that I messed up the first time I was around.
Right. I mean,
yeah,
I totally get that type of theory. I mean, but wouldn't that be more into the butterfly effect? You know what I'm saying? If you could just go back and change one thing in your life, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I think we could have helped Brooke. Brooke, so he dropped the link. All you have to do is click on that link, and then it's up to you whether you want your camera to show or if you just want your voice. And then you choose a name and then click join, and then he'll let you in.
Yes, I have the power. Whoa. Oh my God, her grandmother slept with.
Vampire would be nice. Oh, really? I don't know how I feel about that. Hi, Naomi. I'm not sure how I would feel about that.
Why? Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Like I do Legions of Music actually put out a great okay, yeah, go ahead and drop your link. Go ahead and enter the link and come on, and I'll put you on. Yeah,
What
it
you
definitely
come
depends
back as
on.
depends on how well you lived your previous life. I've heard that before.
Yes. Oh shit, I'm coming back as a toad.
Well, I'm screwed.
Now, okay, wouldn't that contradict though the theory? Like, if reincarnation was true, don't you think that would kind of contradict like the paranormal aspect of things?
Mm, not necessarily, because a reincarnation is basically a soul.
Right.
So if it comes back, I mean, yeah, I guess they say it would come back to something that's living. So whether it's an animal or a person, but I mean, it depends on how far you want to think about it. Could a soul also be just pure energy?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it could be just like a. They say like you have like an electric charge in you type of thing, and which is considered your soul, and it's like a white light type of thing. It just bounces from thing to thing. But like, so what you're saying is like, the people that have been reincarnated, like the souls are just left behind, the ghost you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
are just, yeah, it could be true. Paranormal is just those in purgatory. I've always felt that way. I mean, people that are,
Purgatory scares me. Have you guys ever seen that movie with Robin Williams, What Dreams May Come?
yes,
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I no matter how many times I watch that, I cry every single time like a baby. Every single time. That
that's true.
movie like tore at me so bad.
Yes, definitely.
I think it also depends on your religion too. I mean, how spiritual you were when you were alive.
Yeah,
I mean, you can come back as they even say that you can come back in some instances as a vegetable, believe it or not.
yeah,
Depending on it's depending on your existence, you can be human, an animal, or
yeah.
a vegetable. Like that's crazy.
What
I
about a
don't know.
fruit? Fruit doesn't get any love.
No, I guess not. I guess they consider that more like in South Asia and East Asia. It's
Right.
more like part of their traditions and their religion. But
That's pretty cool. I mean, I can see it being possible because I mean, every living thing it's got to have a soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I mean, with being life, there has to be some sort of answers. I mean, they do say that like there's animals and plants and everything like that in heaven and or Valhalla, whatever you want to call it. Whatever your
mhm.
beliefs are. Uh, Brandon, she wants to know what you would come back as.
Plants are alive too. That's a good one.
Uh, and honestly, it's just like I believe in the paranormal world also. So I'm not really. You never know what you would want to come back as.
Hmm.
I mean, I joked about being a sunflower, but in all honesty, you never. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Do you know that about 35% of children actually claim to remember parts of their previous lives, or they
Yes.
have birthmarks or that attribute to their past life or wounds that
Yeah.
they can actually like tell you a story on how they got it, even though you've never seen them hurt. Isn't that weird? Like
Yeah. I
they did
mean,
this big investigation. 210 kids were investigated,
right.
and that's what they found.
Oh wow, I didn't know about that. I did hear like there were some studies done on it. It's also like how you get the deja vu factor. One of the people in the chat mentioned that. I think it was Christina. But it's true. Like you ever just walk up to somebody and be like, "Yeah, I think I know you somewhere. Or I've seen you in a and you just can't put your finger on it." That could also be from there, because you can tell like a person's aura.
Do you guys believe in seeing auras?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
definitely, most definitely, really.
So are you familiar with the colors and what they mean?
Uh,
Some
some of,
somewhat.
I mean,
Or
I just think, you can tell by a person's like, if they're a good person or a bad person, or they just have a certain, I don't know, it's like aura, energy, something about them. You know what I'm saying? They can tell by what their true intentions are. Oh,
Brooks having trouble. So if you tell Brooke that if she clicks on all she has to do is click on that link, and it
Yeah,
will
and
take
I'll
her
bring her right
directly to it. There's no download or anything for it.
here. Yes.
So because Discord, Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, those are all like different
Yes.
platforms. But if she just clicks on it, it's wicked easy.
That's all she's got to do is just click on the link, and I'll take her right to the studio, and then I'll just add her onto the screen.
Did you see Carrie's comment? My daughter and I are reincarnated. She was my daughter before. She remembers some of it.
Right on.
True.
That's awesome. Honestly, that's really awesome.
Carissa wants to be a sloth, snake, or sea turtle.
Makes sense.
Yes, it's me. Still have adult-like memories. Been there before. I've done this. Sorry, I'm scrolling up and reading, so we missed a bunch. I believe souls can split as well.
It's hard to keep up with the chat sometimes. I feel bad about it. Like, it's like you're looking over. It's like something. Like, I don't mean to offend anybody or anything like that, but it happens.
Yes, it does.
It happens. I'm not really afraid of ghosts. I think I would be more freaked out if somebody was in front of me physically and they weren't the person they were when they died. Obviously, they came back as somebody else, but they could say things that only I would know and that other person would know. That would freak me out.
Right.
Do you know, like a child does that? Like that would freak me out.
Yeah, I have this own interest in theory of my own. It's like basically, I believe that children are more connected to the paranormal world than adults because when you're a child, you carry off the past memories and past experiences you did from your other life, and you remember all that stuff when you're a child. Like when you hear a child talk, it's actually the voices of angels when they're doing the coos and the caws and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
I mean, that's my own theory of it,
And also, when you're a kid, you make up imaginary friends. So, I mean, who can that be? Not as a spirit instead of just make believe person.
Yeah.
I was looking at some stuff before we actually jumped on here, and a lot of the times they're saying that if your loved one dies suddenly or tragically, and they have unfinished business before they passed away, they usually reincarnate pretty quickly. So they're reborn into a circle somewhere within your family. So somewhere someone got pregnant, someone got a new dog or a new animal. They say that they usually reincarnate quickly if they don't finish what they were here for.
Right.
Which is that's kind of interesting.
That is an interesting thing, Do you ever feel, okay, hear me out on this. What do you your thoughts on if somebody had a child that died, but then they have her, like the mother was pregnant or anything like that? Do you ever think that child's soul could go into the other child?
Possibly. That's a really good question because I was actually watching something a few weeks ago where a triplet, it was one of three. Actually, he was 23 years old on his way to work. He died. And he went off road, went into a lake, and he was lost for a long time down there. They recently pulled him out in like December. But I wondered as his sisters were like standing there, like if they feel anything different, because you know how they say they have that strange bond when you have twins, or they were triplets.
Twins, and they have like this weird, I don't know what you want to call it, but they can like Brooke says it's her thing is not connected to a camera or microphone before I can add them to the stream.
She would just have to click on the button that says microphone, and then she could click on the one that says camera and make sure there's a line through it.
Yeah.
But they also say that it's a given that children will look like their parents and grandparents.
Right.
And that's usually a giveaway that one of the features in that child, like a birthmark or a mole, will be in the same spot, in the same size as the person who passed away in the family.
Right.
So like if your mom passes away or your dad or, someone close to you, and then you have a child, that child is likely to have like a birthmark or some kind of mark on them to identify with your lost loved one.
Right.
And that's how you can kind of solidify that they're a reincarnation of them.
Right. But do you think all people are reincarnated?
Not necessarily. I kind of feel like for people that have been here for the majority of their lives and lived a long, good life, and closed all their gaps that they were meant to when they were here. I don't think necessarily that they come back. I think that maybe they're at like a training place where they train people to come back, like and maybe to show them like what they should be doing now that they're getting a second chance to be here, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they can go correct their past mistakes, pretty much. Like, live a good life,
right?
Pass on. This is like their second chance. Do you remember that '80s movie? I can't remember the name of it.
Ghost?
Where they get no.
I love that movie.
I've seen that so many times. Patrick Swayze, a girl can dream. Anyway, but like,
have a great
what's
night,
the movie?
Christina.
They were like, they went around and they watched movies and they're like watching highlights of their life and everything like that, and people are deciding if they're gonna go back to Earth and live another life or they're gonna like go on to heaven. What do you think of that type of thing?
I don't know. That would freak me out. I mean, the thought of that freaks me out. The other thing that completely freaks me out is the people that say they have almost passed away and they see the white light.
Yeah.
Because I've heard so many stories of that, and that they'll say like, I saw my uncle, and he was like, it's not your time. Turn around, go back.
Oh, wow.
That is the stuff that I think would freak me out. I don't know that I'd be so much freaked out about the other though.
Hi, Brooke, you there?
I'm here. How are you?
She made it. The first time is always tough, Brooke.
I'm Jay. That's
Brandon. Hi, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet
so
you
we're
too.
talking about reincarnation?
Yes.
Going on?
Yes.
Okay.
What is your thoughts on it?
Oh, I definitely believe it. For sure. I've worked with some mediums. I've been working with Mary recently, and she's got a really peculiar gift. Her name is Mary Johnson. Her twin sister passed away, and she can actually see the other side, like what's going on. Like she can take pictures of it, and it's not a joke. She does paranormal stuff all the time. Oh yeah, I love to be working with her.
No kidding.
And it is a thing. Pardon?
Where is she out of? Like
what does she have?
No. Where is she out of? Is she out of Massachusetts? She's out of
I know she is a vegan chef, and she's from Alabama.
Right.
I think that she works in New Hampshire a lot. Yeah, she's on Twitter. Mary the Medium at Mary the Medium.
Okay.
She is cool. It's like she has one foot in heaven. It's crazy. To the paranormal. Right. And I told her earlier this year that my cousin was murdered and raped. She was like 3 years old, and this was in the early 80s. And she told me before I found out from my family that they had the wrong guy, that the guy is still alive and at large. And really? She tells me stuff that like only people would know, that like she couldn't look it up. Like there's something to it. I have a hard time believing that like so many people have gifts, but I really think it's a thing. Like
I definitely believe I definitely believe that people have certain gifts about them. I know quite a few people that do. It's weird. It's like, it seems like it's, as time goes on, more and more people are coming out with gifts. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like something like we're evolving as a race or whatnot. Because you look at the amount of psychics or like mediums or empaths, or freaking like stuff like that, clairvoyance and stuff like that are legit, compared to what it was like 100 years ago,
Oh yeah. I have gifts, and I've seen things since I was little, and always been gravitated towards that part. I think it's really fascinating. Right. It's just a lot of people, they think that you're nuts. Right. And like, whatever. I'm not here to prove my gifts or anything else to anybody or my experiences, but I have been paranormal. Like I have done that thing. I have like actually went and ghost hunted before, and I've got
Right.
EVPs and all that, and only can be explained away if you believe in that type of thing.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that type of thing. I mean, I do. Only thing I do for paranormal now is I just do client cases or paid investigations, pretty much. I used to do them all the time for fun and everything like that, but they've gotten to the point for me where they're not fun anymore, you know? But that's just me.
It can be scary. It can be scary the first time.
It's not so much like if you deal with the paranormal community on Twitter, there's a lot of negativity and a lot of like, it takes the fun out of it.
Much drama involved in it.
Yeah,
you're right, Brandon. Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, it's been nothing but drama since this quarantine bull crap. So, and it made it worse.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People come out of the woodwork to destroy you and say that you're a fraud.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
whatever. The people with the gifts have the last laugh.
Exactly. I don't really pay much mind to it, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of brings my mood down, you know? It's like kind of sad when you see that, you know, people tearing up each other, you know? I'm like really about positivity and support and love for one another, you know what I'm saying? But it seems like a lot of other people like want to tear you down. Oh, you're positive? Let me break you down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to go out and post like paranormal videos anymore because you always have people that like it, you know, majority of the people like it, but you always have that one or two persons that's like just like, oh, that stuff's fake, oh, this is fake, oh, that's fake, you're staging it, you know. It's like about a couple months ago there was a person, they just barely got into paranormal, and they posted some pictures of an orbs, you know, and it's really cool that they actually did that, you know. And a famous paranormal investigator, that psychic guy, the guy that works with the psychic kids.
It's the coffee guy.
Yeah, the coffee guy.
Chip coffee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He like tore
he's
this.
He's been giving Mary hell.
Yeah. He like tore it down. It's like, really, dude, you're like famous and stuff like that. Why? Like, I granted, I don't believe that all orbs are true, but why don't you teach them the difference between a real orb and, like, you know, a dust particle or light flare or something like that? Why you gotta be so negative about it? You know what I'm saying?
He knows so much about it. He can teach us all something about it.
You know, and I commented on this thing. Of course, he instantly blocked me. I said, whatever, you know, I'm just trying to. I wasn't rude. I wasn't coming out of a negative light or nothing like that. But it just really messed up how he handles that.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
So
yeah, that's terrible. Like, if you go to some Mensa meetings, I belong to Mensa, and they used to have some paranormal researchers come in and try to explain it to people, and it's true blue. It really is.
And
that's just my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I don't know. Just like they get too big for their own good, I guess. And stop, like, they forget where they actually came from. There's a lot of them.
Exactly.
And you have, and like the sad part about it is a lot of them fake it, you know. And I ain't gonna call people something like that, but it teaches like growing YouTubers. Oh, you should just fake your evidence so you'll get more views. So people are not actually out there trying to get more views than actual find answers for themselves, you know.
But you get a lot of crap for that too, though, because there's so many paranormal people out there. There's no shortage of people who will call you right out if they think you're bullshitting them. There's no shortage.
Oh, everybody's a expert on certain things, you know.
I mean, that's what makes us all unique in the paranormal world. Not every person's going to do the same thing over again.
Right.
It's me and Jay's. We've collaborated a couple of times, and he does it different than I do. But
yeah,
hey, we're still, we're here. We don't move on each other for it.
I don't do anything like really paranormal anymore. 1 second, excuse me for a second. My dog's whining.
I don't feel bad. We've got ours right here with us.
Brooke, didn't you have a situation? Oh, is she there? Yeah, you're there. Brooke,
no, I'm here.
Didn't you have some kind of situation at your current residence? I thought you told me you had something that happened. I don't. Maybe I could be mistaken.
I not at this residence. I've not at the one that I'm at, but at the when I when I was. Oh, when we were ghost hunting. I was ghost hunting in the Thumb in Michigan, and this was like 2008. And I went with a friend of mine, and there was a whole crew. We were going from bedroom to bedroom, and there were two haunted little kids that didn't know that they were dead. And I was in the basement, and I was trying to help the female energy that was asking for help. And there was a male energy that was shushing her, was saying, "Don't speak." Like, it was scary. It was scary. Everything got really, really cold. And we looked into all of this after we gathered all the EVPs and everything. I believe that place was burned down and a family was like massacred. And the place was so haunted that like the owner, the person that bought it, had to relocate across the street, and she would just rent out for the paranormal people to come and grab, just because it scared the living daylights out of her. And us too. There's probably something haunted in my house, Dace, not gonna lie. But I don't go in the basement because it's scary.
You're gonna bring down the flashlight down with you, send the dogs down with you first, send the animals.
Yeah, I don't have any animals. I just take in stray people, and I'm trying not to do that anymore.
Hi, friend. I know you're holding this sign out here. You come to my house. On one condition, you go down there.
Want to come be my friend?
We can be best friends.
My house growing up was haunted. But like I was used to that. I was used to that, and I used to have friends come over, and I would say like, "Hey, these are my relatives talking," and they would see a bunch of weird stuff happen. They'd come to school and be like, "No, it didn't happen." I'm like, "Whatever, it so did." I'll have the last laugh.
I grew up in a haunted house too. I used to love bringing my friends over there. I'm like, "You guys think I'm joking with it? You're gonna find out." Then they found out, and then nobody wanted to come over no more. And
Oh, they are.
what's that? The house.
I think talking about ghosts and reincarnation, I went through like this really scary experience where my brain stopped working, and I was like a near-death experience. I never really talked about this openly, but the visions that I was having at the time, they were so surreal. It's like I was on a ship, and
really?
these women, they were braiding each other's hair. Oh yeah, a ship. And I mean, I thought I was in Alaska by my memory, because it was like I was watching a movie. It was like I was tripping, but I wasn't tripping. I was dealing with hepatic encephalopathy, and then all the things that I experienced, I tried to fact check some of them, and they were right.
Oh wow!
Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Unfortunately, I couldn't speak for the 4 days, so I was like having all these wild things, and I couldn't speak, and like underneath my eyes were black, and I couldn't feel my limbs. My mom, she didn't call the police or anything, or not the police, the ambulance. So I think right before you die, which I've had a lot of near-death experience, you start to see some things that are real.
Right.
Unexplained. And I love the unexplained. I feel like I'm chatting too much, though, so somebody can...
No. I trust and believe. I'll talk your ear off. You ask Brandon. I'm like the one that talks the most on the show. It's a good...
eventually talk your ears off.
I'm gonna put this on here. It's actually pretty cool. Did you read what Ron wrote? I'm gonna put it on so everybody.
You're out of here because my eyes don't.
No,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. Honestly.
That is so cool, Ron.
That is.
That is so cool.
For anybody that's new to our channel, I'm Jay. You can find me at Earth 7. That's Brandon. You can find him at
Brandon _ KPT.
And you can find Stacy at Boston Actress, I think. And I don't know your handle, Brooke. I'm sorry.
I'm at Voice of Rita, VOICE of Rita. One word. I go by Rita on Twitter.
Put those in the private chat, and we can post them later on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
you have an option. You can type in whatever you want to. It's
You
in
know,
the
I'll do it
top.
while you guys are chatting. I'll do it.
I mean,
I'll
Okay.
drop
you
the
can tell us
links.
to screw off for all we know, and I mean,
All right. And for anybody that's new watching us, please like and subscribe too.
yep. Make sure the notifications are on.
Yeah. We do a show once a week.
Well, we try to.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just,
All right. There we go. I'm gonna post her handle on there. And I gotta catch up on the chat for a second. Go ahead and talk, Brian.
Ron said something. I can't really read that because my eyes don't work that well.
I sat up in bed singing a line from his song and over the top across the border now. Just that line. The next day I found out he died. That's
Wow.
wild, honestly. And, and I gotta catch up to see what David wrote because I see everybody writing name.
Keep Chatterbox. Let's see here.
Oh, ain't that the truth, David? Honestly, there's a few good people out there more. I mean, it's pretty crazy, you know.
It's not. Let me keep the charge.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Stacy, what is your paranormal story? Like, what?
I don't have one because I'm a damn chicken, and I'm afraid of my own shadow. So I just vicariously live through everyone else, and I watch from the safety of my own home.
Right.
And I've been invited to go on a few paranormal, investigations, but honestly, I think Brooke needs to be let back in. She got kicked off.
Oh, she just use the same link, and I'll add her back on.
But for me, I think I would rather stay in the car with the doors locked, and you guys can like FaceTime me, and I'll watch what you're doing. That's probably as close as I'll get because I've never seen a ghost. I'm a little terrified of them, and I probably watch way too much YouTube because I've watched like all those possessed demons and people thrown up against the walls. I know you guys say it's not that bad, but I've seen a couple that look pretty real.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them that look genuine, like legit. But I've also seen some that are really bad. Like 3 years ago, I just got back from deployment, and I was starting doing client cases, investigations, just trying to get myself back into it. And I had this person reach out to me through our website, and we met up with them and everything like that. And the whole time I'm like, this doesn't seem right. This does not feel right and everything like that. And I was like, well, do you have any video proof or anything like that? And sure enough, she showed me a bunch of videos and everything like that. I'm like, I know I've seen these videos before. I got in my car and I had my friend with me. I'm like, hey, type this into YouTube. Sure enough, all three of those videos were up there, and they're like years old and all like fake and everything like that. I was like, what the hell? But, anyway.
I like cemeteries. Like I can walk cemeteries and graveyards. That it doesn't bother me. But I more or less focus on the history. I could probably I used to go to Key West every year with my uncle, and Key West is like a big spiritual island basically. And even though it would be 103 degrees out, my uncle's like, all right, we're packing up the car. We're going to go to the cemetery. And we would walk for hours and hours and hours through the cemetery because it's so different there because they're all on water. So their gravestones are above water. So their caskets are above water. So when you're walking, it's literally just like cement encasements of caskets inside. And they have like pictures on the front of them, not pictures like engraved like you would see on a regular stone, but actual color pictures. And they have plastic over them. And it's so weird to see that. But just seeing the history there, and there's so many young people that have passed away there. And there was a doctor there that actually was treating people for scarlet fever, I think it was.
Yeah.
And his patient ended up dying, but he had fallen in love with her before she passed away. So she passed away, and he went and stole her body from the funeral home. They arrested him, got the body, had the services. When he got out, he went and stole it again.
No kidding.
3 times this guy took her body and like poured wax over her, put her in like an oxygen filled tank so that he could try to preserve her. And when they finally got him the last time, he ended up passing away in jail. But so she's buried somewhere in Key West, but the only people that knew, there was like 2 or 3 people, including her parents and a sibling, have all passed away. So now she's somewhere on that island and no one knows where her burial is.
That's awesome.
Isn't that so whacked?
It's awful.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, so like we talk dead people all day, me and my uncle. It's so unreal.
Right. That's awesome. I talk dead
So
people with my
romantic.
dog and my cat. That's the only ones that listen to me. True. Oh, the life. But anyways, so you think somebody mentioned in the chat a lot earlier that they think that like the paranormal world is like purgatory. What are your thoughts on that, you guys?
I believe it is.
And it does make sense, honestly.
It is. I mean,
You think it is or you don't?
Me? I don't know, honestly.
No, is purgatory, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is purgatory the same thing as limbo?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. I don't know. I think limbo has got to be like, I can't imagine what that would be like, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean.
But can I tell you something funny?
Sure.
So I was raised Catholic. I mean, I'm not like a strong practicing Catholic, but I was raised Catholic, and I did this film in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And I was like the good girl in the movie. I didn't find out till the end of the movie that my love interest in that movie was a Satan worshiper in real life.
Oh,
no
really?
one told me. Like we were at a premiere at one point, and he had like all this like jewelry on and like black jacket and black t-shirt and black this. I was like, so I said to one of the directors, I'm like, does he always dress like that? Like that's kind of like not sketchy, but I'm like, that's really goth-like. And this was supposed to be like an enlightening kind of movie.
Right.
He was like, Stacey, don't you know what? And I know there's a special term for it where they have the meetings, the satanic meetings, and they wear those horns and all that.
Yeah.
He's like, aren't you familiar with whatever he called it? And I go, what is that? He's like, he worships the devil. I was like, what? Get it out. He's like, yeah, we didn't tell you that. I'm like, no. And throughout the whole movie, I had a cross on. I wore white every scene. It was the craziest thing. And they made me kiss him, so I kissed the devil. Like, oh God. What is that word? That's gonna drive me crazy. Doesn't it start with a P?
Paganism.
Yes. Yes, there you go. When he ever said that to me, he's like, yeah, he practices paganism. I was like, what's that? He's like, you don't know what that is? I'm like, no. Never heard of it before. Catholic Hail Mary. You know, I'm Catholic, but I didn't say I was a hardcore practicing Catholic. Am I a method actress? No. If anyone doesn't know what a method actress is, it's basically someone who is cast for the same type of role over and over and over.
I didn't know that.
Like if you look at like Law and Order,
yeah,
all those people are considered typecast because they're going to be doing they're model actors or actresses, however you want to say it, because they're always going to be considered either a detective or a police person or whatever. But no. That's the only problem with getting into a series is you don't want to be that, because once you are, it's so hard to get away from it and get other work. Anyway, what David said.
Oh, he was talking about he went to a cemetery yesterday that was built in the
1796 and still being used. That's insane.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's pretty cool. I mean, honest, could you just like imagine the feeling getting through there? Like, I don't know. My theory on cemeteries is I don't believe that cemeteries are that haunted just because that's where people are buried, you know? It's not where they actually passed, you know? So I think they'd be more attached to the place they actually passed than just a cemetery where their meat suit is, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I actually had this talk the other day with my family, and I was asking them like what their wishes were, and I was really surprised on what they wanted. I'm like, I literally was like crying. I'm like, so where am I supposed to go see you? Because they wanted to be cremated or whatever, and they're like, but it's our decision. And I was like, well, that's not fair. Like I was so pissed off. I'm like, but you have to do that though, like because you're not going to know either way. They're like, that's what we want. I'm like, but that's not what I want because I'll have no place to go to see you. It didn't end. It didn't end well because I lost that battle. I mean, it's their choice, obviously. But Boston accent. What's that mean? Is my accent strong? Did I say something?
Yeah. Reminds me of back home, honestly. It does.
Say ka. Did I say ka?
I've lost my accent a lot. Like just the years I've been living here. It's pretty crazy.
I want to say David's from New England too, so he probably has an accent. I'm just gonna throw David under the bus for a minute there. He's got a New England accent going. I know it. He's hiding.
It's all good.
You know what? I actually did. You guys are going to laugh at this because I was shocked I was even asked. But one of the bigger YouTube channels asked me to do a narration for them on one of their crime series.
Oh, yeah?
And I did it. And I was like, at first I was like, cut it out. You're kidding. And he's like, no, I really want you to do it. I'm like, you do? He's like, yeah. I'm like, but even with my way I talk. And he was like, yeah, I think it will sound good. So he did. He had me do one of his cases. So it's probably going to be up tonight, actually.
I'm not kidding.
It could be worse. It could be a Canadian. It could be like, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hey, you gotta remember, I grew up literally a stone throw to Canada, man. I used to walk through that border all the time. I've done Rock Island, Stansted, Beauty Plains.
Canada's awesome. I live close to Canada.
Coffee. You do?
I do. Yeah, it's not very. Do you know where Grosse Pointe is? St. Clair Shores. I live in that area.
No, I grew up in Vermont in Derby Line.
Oh, okay.
You grew up in Vermont?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I heard it's pretty there.
Yeah. What's that?
I've heard that it's very, very pretty there.
It's very, very expensive there and very, very cold. And did I mention it's cold and it snows?
Yeah.
I hate snow. That's a bad word. Don't even say that word.
White stuff. I mean, I love looking at it like on television, but I am good. I don't need to see that shit ever again.
Yeah, it's a
you don't get it where you are?
What's that? No.
You don't get snow where you are?
No.
Where are you?
I'm in Roanoke, Virginia. Like I'm surrounded by mountains with no snow.
There's no snow?
No snow.
Very little, but
like we get like maybe like a half inch to an inch a year.
That is so fun. I hate freaking snow. My sister actually had her kids in Florida. Like she's from here, obviously, but she had her kids in Florida, and then they moved back here.
Yeah.
And they had never seen the snow before. When they went outside, they were like, "Ooh, what's this?" Like they were so sheltered. I'm like, "Are you serious? Your kids don't know what snow is?" I mean, they were little. They were like 3 and 4, but I'm like, "Wow, that's kind of crazy." Oh, that's right. You name it. You told me that Boston and Medford. My family still owns a house in Medford. Yep, I bet you that house is haunted. That house is old.
Right. I think
Deliverance.
Medford.
No, that's not gonna be like. Man, I've seen some hick places up in like West Virginia. No offense to anybody's from West Virginia, but I couldn't understand a damn thing they said. I had a delivery up in Pickaway, West Virginia, and it was so bad I couldn't understand the person. I literally had to call my boss and have him translate what this guy was telling me for directions.
Really?
Was it like turn left by the tree? Like, everything like, is landmarks.
They said like you go past the third cemetery, look to the left, you're gonna see some pine trees, and our driveway's right there. I'm like, what cemetery? What pine trees?
Around here, we just reference Dunkin' Donuts. Like you're gonna bang a right at the Dunkin' Donuts, and you're gonna take a U at the second.
Y'all
Dunkin'
know
Donuts.
there's like freaking
a landmark
every corner in New England.
Every map around here has Dunkin' Donuts as their landmark.
And
it's the truth.
But I do love Boston, though. I really do. Boston's like probably one of my top 3 favorite cities I've ever been to. Like, and the comedy clubs there. Once the coronavirus ends, I loved going to the comedy clubs there. Like, they're legit. It's
I auditioned for one of those clubs.
Oh yeah.
And oh, it was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. They literally didn't want anyone to talk. So they were like, all right, everyone, give us your best cat. Give us your best dog. So we had to like crawl around on the floor like a dog, meow like a cat. I'm like, I feel like the biggest idiot right now. All of us were doing it though.
Yeah. Bark like a dog.
Yeah. That's what's fun about acting class.
So embarrassing.
It really is.
No, this season's going to be our last season of going live, more than likely. Depends on
What?
yeah, because like our stuff is really gone. We're up here, then it went.
It's like what we were talking about earlier about everyone hating on each other.
Oh,
Well,
that.
got hated on instantly.
Yeah, so nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms.
Aw.
I think it's real. I don't know. When I first started watching like all the paranormal channels,
yeah,
you learn really, really quick, like who's real and who's genuinely like interested in what they're doing, believes in what they're doing, and is a good person, not just like me, out for myself, help me. Like I got sucked into a lot of the paranormal community for a while there, where I was buying their t-shirts, buying sweatshirts, buying their merch. I was making donations. They forget about you like within 2 minutes.
Oh, exactly. That's
like
why
the second that like I started having people give me a hard time, those people that I was like supporting, they were like, I'm out. I don't want anything to do with that. Like I don't want to be involved. So you learn real quick who your friends are, like real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, with the paranormal community, I learned really quick the hard way.
Yeah.
But I stuck to a certain
Have you ever done a
few.
spirit box?
Yeah, I've done. I mean, I got spirit boxes. I got thousands of EVPs. I can send you some if you want. Like,
Oh yeah, sure. I love that type of stuff.
And like I've done probably I'd probably say a couple thousand hours of paranormal investigations myself. I got pissed off over the winter and I deleted my whole paranormal channel.
Well, you didn't get pissed off. You got hated on, and
no, I don't. We were, and
that's all I said. Hated on.
And then we end up freaking posting a little bit here and there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I told Brandon that I want to take all the paranormal stuff off the channel, and then we'll just leave it strictly show. And then like, no, I don't even know. It's like people are all butthurt that I'm leaving and stuff like that, and we're not getting. You know, we go over and support other people's channels and stuff like that, and nobody comes back to support ours. You know. So,
yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. I mean, I don't ask for support, but I get offended if I see like one person who will go out of their way to support one group, but then when they see someone else's group that's struggling, they're like, not my problem. Like, that I don't like. Like, if I'm going to be part of a family, I want it to be like a whole family, not like half is on this side and half is on that side.
Yeah.
You learn.
But that's all good because, like I said, I'm done with the paranormal. I only do like a couple things now. So,
are you going to do like exploration?
What's that?
Are you going to do urban exploration?
I might. I mean, I don't know what I like. I have other interests. Like the reason why we created this show is pretty much because I have such a vast interest in so many different things. Like I want to know more what people think. You know, I'm interested in UFOs and Bigfoot and the Mothman and like the Loch Ness monster, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's so much to this world that we just don't know about, and it'd be kind of cool. I don't know.
Are you a Gemini, Jay?
No, I'm not.
Okay. You sound similar to my man. He likes all that stuff. Always trying to solve a puzzle.
Cancer all the way.
Oh, okay. We'll get along. I'm a Scorpio.
Bermuda Triangle. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of the triangle in Massachusetts, but totally different. I don't know. Didn't they say they found some? Was it Amelia Earhart that disappeared in the triangle?
Yes.
Didn't they say they found her plane? Yes. Or maybe I'm dreaming.
Did they really?
I thought.
They did not.
No, I thought I heard
making
something
it up.
like that
I
too.
think they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did, but they
Hell
don't
yeah.
know, prove that it is.
Me and Legion can be friends. We're homies now. He's a cancer too.
Oh, hi.
Legion's a good dude.
I'm out.
He's my brother from another mother.
Hell yeah.
That's
I
so
can't.
nice.
I don't even know how to do all that type of funky stuff. Like I go, no. I don't.
Whoa, hello.
Hello. Do I have a booger here? Hey, do I have a booger?
I don't know, do I?
Oh my god! I used to have a friend that when we went out clubbing, she would ask guys questions like that. And you know what? You get a couple beers in the guy, and if you ask him if you're fat, he's gonna straight up be like, "Yeah, you are. If you are." And every time we were out, she would ask the wrong person, "Do I look fat in this?" And they're like, "Yeah, you do." She's like, "You're an asshole." I'm like, "You shouldn't be asking people that, especially after they had a few beers.
Yeah.
Beer goggles don't help things at all."
All right.
Yeah, everyone in chat is saying they don't want you guys to leave. We're gonna start a petition.
Yeah. Do it.
Go
We
for
need
it.
it to show promote.
Go for it.
I think paranormal people need to stick together.
But I'm not really a paranormal person. I'm not.
No?
Not no more, honestly. Like I'll go. Like I said, I'll do go out because I do have quite a good reputation for being a good paranormal investigator. So I get reached out a lot for client cases. I'll do that type of stuff, or ones I get paid to do investigations. But I'm not going to go out and do it on my own anymore at all. You know. You
No,
know,
I
I'm
How
like,
understand
far
how
are
you
you
could
from
feel-
Brandon?
what's that?
Sorry, Brooke. How far are
Oh,
you
it's-
from Brandon?
I'm about 4 hours from Brandon. 3 hours. Three.
Yeah, about 2.5 to 3 hours,
Yeah.
depending on the traffic itself.
Sorry, Brooke. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just wondering if anybody has an experience from a spirit box, like to where they felt like they had an attachment. Because I feel like I had something like that.
I can tell you, I've had an attachment onto me. It wasn't from a spirit box. We went to this one place. I know people that watched the show have heard this story about 1,000 times. No, I'm not going to be a stripper soon. Making it rain, bitches. No, like freaking, we went to this place. It was an occult location, and like we were just filming and stuff like that. We heard some chanting, like right when you got there. And like I was only able to stay there for about a half hour because you just felt the energy right when you walked in. It was just so down. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and you hear children's chanting and stuff. I caught it all on video. I posted the
Are you
video.
serious?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there was like a pinnacle, or what do you call it? The devil's star, whatever.
Pentagram.
Pentagram. And went over to it, and you heard, like, I caught this thing. I didn't hear it with my own ears, but when I reviewed the EVPs and the video and stuff like that, I caught it, and it was like some different language, and it was very evil. Like for like next month or so, 3 weeks to a month or something like that, I was having like horrific dreams, and it was like I was waking up getting scratched, just feeling negatives, like feeling down. My back was really, really hurting me a lot more at that point too. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty bad.
Wild.
I believe that you can definitely get it if you try to talk to somebody that doesn't want to be contacted. I believe that
Yeah.
you can definitely get it if you try to talk to somebody.
Ooh.
No, but man, it was pretty wild. Like it was. I definitely want to go back there just for my own sanity. I've always wanted to go back there and just like see what actually is there. But that's just gonna be for my own stuff. But like as far as like going out and doing investigations for fun anymore, no, it's just not my thing anymore. You know, like maybe I'll find my passion for it again. But as of right now, no, I'll do client cases and paid investigations only.
Can you imagine going to that forest that's in, is it Japan or China? You know, the one that kid got. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Japan.
Can you imagine going there? Oh,
No.
Hensley said hi, Jay and Brandon.
Yeah, I
Hello.
saw it. I wrote hi to him.
Thank
He's a
you.
good. He loves the paranormal.
That would freak me out walking through there.
Oh
And
yeah,
just people hanging out of trees. I mean, what the hell?
just the sadness you'd feel going into there. You know what I'm saying? Like the sadness, remorse, and like
imagine. I can't imagine it.
Yeah. No. No, I don't like that. Like I've been to places where you just felt overwhelming. Like I went to Waverly Hills, and you want to talk about a sad place. We're up in this room in Louise's room, and she was a patient there for like about 10 to 12 years or something like that. And I left my EVP recorder on the floor. Everybody else, we just left the room and whatnot. And you hear through the EVP recorder later on when we're reviewing it. Oh God, please help me now. And it was like clear as day, as it like a woman sobbing, you know.
Oh.
And it was probably the saddest EVP I've ever gotten in my life, and I've gotten quite a few EVPs, so it was definitely like just like when you hear type of stuff like that, it just like breaks your heart right there. Like imagine the pain and the suffering those people were feeling when they were there, you know. And
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I was actually listening
so-
to a story earlier today about those kids that do the I don't know what the name of it is, but it's like it's the challenge where they make themselves pass out.
Yeah.
They'll use like a belt or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of euphoria
Oh.
without the drug.
Yeah.
And I that like totally like freaks me out. Like I can't even imagine like a little spirit like that being in someone's house. But to be quite honest, my a friend that I've had since I was like 15, we're not friends anymore, long story, but her she lives maybe 4 houses up from me. One morning I saw all these ambulances, cop cars, fire trucks flying up the street parked in front of our house, and I was like, what the hell? Like something's obviously wrong. And I can remember like it was yesterday, and it was actually 2010 when it happened.
oh
So I
wow,
jumped in my car. I had my froggy pajamas on. I go up there, and the cop came right over to my car, and he's like, "How well do you know the family?" And I was like, "I know them very well." He's like, "How well?" I'm like, "I've known the woman who lives here since I was 15." He's like, "Something very, very bad happened in there." He's like, "You need to go home, and I'm sure she's gonna call you." And I was like, "Okay, is everybody okay?" He's like, "No." So I came home, and within like 20 minutes, I heard her husband outside screaming, and he like dropped to the ground. And he was like screaming, "No, no, no, why?" And then my phone rang, and it was her. And she went into her son's room that morning, and in the middle of the night, he had passed away. He was 10, and he was already like in full rigor when she went in there. And she was like screaming into the phone, and they were like, "Can you try CPR?" She's like, "He's in full rigor. His mouth won't open." And it was like the most painful thing. And then I went up there afterwards and brought them food, and we assembled where everyone in the neighborhood made dinner for her like every night for 2 months because she just couldn't function. But being in the house alone, like I always was waiting for something weird to happen. Like she wouldn't change his room. His room stayed exactly the same. Like she's never taken his clothes out. Everything is exactly the way it was from that day. And the door's just shut. But I always wonder, like, she used to tell me at first, she's like, I see him all the time. He's everywhere. She actually ended up buying a bench, like just a sitting bench, and putting it outside her window. She's like, I can still see him out there. He's always out there. And then after a few months, she's like, I can't see him anymore. And I was like, I don't know if she's crazy or she really was seeing him. Like you can't, like I couldn't tell. But
yeah,
you think so? It changes you as a person. Like it totally changes you. She had 2 other kids, and we were doing fundraising because he wanted to build a football field. That's what she wanted to do, was build a field in his name for a memorial. And we were doing all these fundraiser things, and I got a call from someone who works at a stand at a baseball field. And she was like, I know that you're doing the fundraiser stuff. I just want you to know that the youngest boy came up to get food, and he saw the picture of his brother in the frame with the container in front of it, the donation container. And he got really upset. She's like, I'm just wondering if you could take his picture out and just give me the write-up, and I'll put it back. She's like, I just felt really bad because he's still here. I don't want him to be upset. So I changed it out, and I removed his picture and just put the write-up.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe I should have like run it by her, but it was late. It was like midnight. I just removed the picture. I sent the PDF to the lady, and I was like, as long as you can print it out, here you go, or I'll drop it off. She's like, nope, I can print it out. And I did end up letting my friend know. I'm like, I just want you to know that I removed his picture. Oh my God, you would have thought that I heard him. She's like, no one will ever take his memory from me or from anyone. You need to tell her to put that picture back. I go, but your son was upset. Like, he visibly was crying when he saw it. She's like, you know what? It's my son. No one is ever going to forget him. You didn't have the right to remove him. I want his picture back. And at that point, I was like, I'm just going to back off because clearly I'm like in the way, or I'm a bad memory, because anything that reminded her of him, she pushed away completely. Like 100%. Like, I showed up at the funeral home and I brought Happy Meals for her other two kids, and they didn't understand what was going on. They're skipping around the casket and talking and laughing. They didn't get it. Like, they were too little to understand it. And they actually buried him with like a huge marble slab that had the Patriots logo on it, and with a signed pair of cleats from Tom Brady.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I always wonder, because like obviously she's still up the street from me, so I drive by the house and I see it, and I'm like, I always wonder like how she is. The bench is still out there, but yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know, with young people. I kind of think that they're probably more active when they come back as opposed to older people because they're more mischievous. Maybe.
Right.
Am I close?
I don't know. I mean, you gotta wonder, like, but how old was their soul to begin with? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
He was an old soul. He was actually voted most like Jesus in his. He went to a private school, and he was literally voted most like Jesus. He was such a good, happy little kid. I saw him the day before. He came in to use my bathroom. He was just a sweet, sweet, happy kid. And just like that, it was gone. Just like that.
What happened to him?
And she, you know, of course, she was like,
you know what?
Hi, Falcon. Well, you know, I worked in medicine for a long time before I worked in acting. And I worked in Boston, which is like the mecca of healthcare. So I set her up with some genetic testing. And it was the most rarest test for it when you're born, when you're pregnant. So basically, it's called silent QT syndrome. And it means your heart can stop at any point without warning, no matter where you are. Hi, Falcon. And so basically, after he passed away, the way that they rule it out through the rest of the family is they have to start testing the mother and the father. And then between her and her husband, she tested positive. So then they test her other two children. One of them was negative. Wow. One of them was positive. And then they had to test her mother, father, aunt, uncle, all the way through the line until it stops. Because anyone who has that has to carry a defibrillator with them. So everyone at the school had to be trained on a defibrillator after he passed away, because it was it's just a rare genetic disease. You don't even know you have it. Isn't that the weirdest thing? She tried to like veto the state to make it like a mandatory test for women that are pregnant, because you have no warning. Like, he was a completely healthy kid. He played football and then just gone. But she's now like a full, what do you call it? If you guys look her up, I probably shouldn't even be plugging her, but I will. She goes by Nicole Stevens, and she's actually like a renowned psychic medium. Now that happened, I don't know. She had like a little bit of a gift before, but now she's full on. Like, she literally fills like conference centers, and she'll read like John. What was his name? John. You know the guy I'm talking about. Yeah,
Edward.
Yes. Yeah, that's what she does now. After her son passed away, that's what she does. There's like she has her own website. I haven't seen her in years. She only lives 4 houses away, and I haven't seen her in years. But I happen to be at the movies, and you know when they do like the pre commercial things, all of a sudden I hear her voice, and I look up, and there she is up on the screen talking about her psychic conference, and there's limited seating available. I was like, holy crap!
How cool is that?
Yeah,
it's cool, but I mean, it changes you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing so much fundraising with her mother-in-law, so his grandmother, and people were coming up to me. I was also working full time. People were coming up to me. They're like, "I'm so sorry about your son." I'm like, "It wasn't my son. Like, I'm her friend." I'm like, "Nicole, you have to show your face. I know that it's really hard, but these people are rallying for you. We raised like over $100,000 for this field, and they needed much more than that. But the point was, I'm like, you have to show your face, Nicole. People think I'm his mother. I'm not his mother." And it just got weird. So we ended up like, you know, not really talking after that, which kind of sucked. But anyhow, I always find it interesting with kids and spirits, because do you guys ever watch The Psychic Kids?
Yeah, that's the guy that we're just talking about. That Chaz guy or Chad guy.
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, he did that
He's-
one too. I thought he only did the adult one.
No, he did
Mhm.
that one too. So
Oh,
I haven't
you're
seen it
right,
in a long
Gary.
time.
yeah,
They are mischievous, electronic.
yeah.
Mischievous with the electronic.
You
You know,
had a
the
couple
odd thing is,
go ahead.
what I was going to say, the odd thing about the night that he passed away is she told me that her watch in her jewelry box went off at midnight on its own, and she was like, "What the hell?" She said she got up and shut it off, went back to sleep, and it went off again within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so she took the battery out and went back to bed.
Oh.
And then when she woke up the next morning, he was gone.
Right.
Very odd.
Definitely. I mean, that's kind of strange. I don't know. I've had some like toys and stuff like that. Because I have something attached to me at all times, and when my kids were young, they used to have their toys go off all the time. Like they used to have that, you press the button. Oh, this is mommy. Oh, this is daddy. Like firemen and stuff like that. That thing used to go off all the time. And they used to have this like little clown mirror or cow mirror type of thing. They just roll, just go ding, 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 ding. But the mirrors, that thing used to go off all the time too. Oh, I hate toys. They're all creepy. You're just sitting there, you like just freeze them and like.
Oh, I hate toys too.
Jay, have you ever seen
Same reason.
have you ever
What's
seen
that?
a video of the cops that went to that house with?
What?
You didn't hear me? Did you ever see the video on YouTube that it's a family that claimed that their son was possessed or their child was possessed, and the cop went into the house and he actually saw the kid being flung all around the living room? Have you ever seen that?
No,
It's on YouTube.
Oh,
Oh, I'll have to look that up.
It freaked me out so bad.
Yeah, I'd feel bad if that was true. Oof, that would not be good. And
Well, I couldn't
no,
tell. How can that be fake? Literally, like the kid was being slammed up against the wall, the ceiling,
green screen.
in the
Honestly, just look at
really?
yeah, just
Holographic green screens.
yeah, green screen. You could just like somebody like behind.
This
the
is
green.
wicked old though. Like this wasn't recent.
Yeah, even back in the 90s, they used to have.
I'm gonna
green.
have to find that.
I mean, I'm not saying it's fake or nothing like that.
Hidden ropes from the ceiling.
And that's pretty wild.
Well, Brandon, I didn't hear you.
Like a hidden rope hanging from the ceilings or something.
I'm
You never
I'm
know.
gonna find that video. Hi, Wolf. How are you?
I will.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, yeah, I had technical difficulties.
We all had
Trust me on that one.
Jay, whose
And
links
it
was I supposed to drop before I started?
What's that?
Whose links was I supposed to drop? I already forgot.
Oh, I can't remember.
I think
ADP
you
in the
put your,
house.
Twitter handles.
Yeah, I got them all. You can post whoever you want to promote. We'll
right.
probably wrap this up here in a little bit if I can go off on our own merry ways and stuff. So I like to keep the short shows like about an hour, hour and a half most. And
Is this really your last show?
no. We're gonna finish this season.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, we can talk for this if you want. I mean, like I said, the biggest reason why I'm getting off is like, well, it like conflicts with Brandon and I's schedule, because like I don't think people realize how like I'm really, really busy. I get up every morning, I go to work 10 hours to 11 hours. Then I want to go to the gym. I have to get my gym on every day. Then I come home, I got I have kids to raise and everything like that. And between that, then I got muscle in the military still, with National Guard. And like right lately, we're taking over another place for work, and I'm trying to move up my career wise too. So it's like conflicts all the time. Like I didn't go to the gym on Tuesday and Wednesday this week because like I was in meetings that lasted longer than they're supposed to, and then went to the military today. That's why I'm clean shaved, because I had to, because I'm not going to drill next month. Because I'm split training because it's right during deer season. But I'll rank on that shit. But And like I just see all the negativity around the whole paranormal community, and like our numbers have dropped like horribly. Like we went from having like 200 views plus every single episode, you know, like or beginning, then dropped down to like 100 and something. Now it's like not even getting 100 views. Everything's like,
were you doing something different? Did you change anything up?
no, no, still doing the interview thing, you know, talking to people. Try to involve like I think we've gotten a little bit more professional this season. I'm trying to get away from more paranormal stuff. I'm actually trying to go into the other type of things, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's like, and I go through a lot of like work, you know, Brandon and I both do, of like trying to find people that want to come on, and like people cancel at the last second and everything like that. You know, it's like, why give myself headaches when I don't have to? When we could just do an audio one and record it whenever we want and whenever it's convenient for the guest that's coming on. You know?
That's true.
Okay.
And I like.
Don't give up on your dreams.
No, this ain't my. I do this for fun. I'm trust and believe. I'm financially set. I'm good with everything like that. I ain't worried about money or nothing like that. And like, but we have fun doing it. I enjoy doing it, but I want to do like just an audio version of it, so it's easier for us. It's easier to book guests and see if we can grow more that way. You know. Does that make sense?
I'm just dropping links. I'm listening. I'm just dropping links.
All right.
I'm doing fucking duty. Hold on 1 second.
Is anyone going trick or treating? Anyone dressing up?
I'm totally dressing up.
I already am.
What are you gonna be?
What's that?
What are you gonna be, Jay?
Oh, I can't tell you. You guys are gonna see. Going with the
Are
purge.
you gonna post it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Did I hear somebody? I totally changed the subject. Did you hear that somebody big lost their channel last night? A paranormal.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was horrible. I think it's what the paranormal.
Yeah, what the question mark paranormal.
Yeah.
Or someone hacked their account
Has it been
and
fixed?
deleted all their videos.
I guess they're in contacts with YouTube right now and trying to pull their stuff back up. You know.
That's crazy.
Oh, hey Brandon, love you back.
Oh. I was talking to my 6-year-old.
Wow.
Trying to pull a fast one up.
Yeah. But we always have a good time, you know.
How you doing?
Like we have fun doing it, you know. And I have a lot of other stuff. When we get off here, Stacey, I don't mind telling, you know, more about what's going on with other stuff. And who knows? Maybe we'll continue going like this until like maybe summertime. I don't know. We'll see.
Anyone in the chat want me to drop their link? Say aye.
I pick me.
David says, "Hey, Dean."
Oh,
Yeah.
hey Dean, how are you?
Hello,
You're fine.
Dean. You made it. Fashionably late, I assume.
There's no other type of late you can be.
You're with the
Well.
cool kids.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah. But,
Oh, Hensley, there you are.
oh, Hensley's at and Hensley Paranormal.
Yep. I got you, Hensley.
Is it Hensley Paranormal or is it just Hensley?
I got it.
I don't see it.
I'm dropping it right now.
Okay.
Oh, your phone's too dead to chat. Sorry, Dean.
Hmm.
Hensley Paramount.
Someone had some static going on. I like it.
They're precious. Oh, shit. here. That's what you do when you fight with a dog.
That's find your channel.
There we go. Are you happy now?
I can't find your name, but Jay, can you find your name its channel?
What's that?
He's over.
There we go. Hensley. I'll post that. There we go. There you go. Give him a follow. He's good shit with paranormal. Good stuff. Yeah. He posts a lot of cool videos. Definitely follow him. He also has a YouTube channel too. It's pretty good. Him and his son both do. I think they work together. I believe they do.
Falcon.
And then anybody else that wants their Twitter stuff out here or YouTube channel. Yes, I did hear about that, Carrie. I saw that was pretty cool. I saw. Can't remember who sent me the link on it, but it was good stuff.
My static.
All right. You guys ready to wrap it up? All right.
I love talking about people's paranormal experiences. I think it's really enjoyable.
Yes, definitely. It's a lot of fun. We'll have you guys on another time, and we'll just go right into paranormal, the whole thing. Oh, where'd Stacey go? Is she there?
Is she here?
No, she left.
She just popped off the screen.
It's probably a technical difficulty.
Yeah. Oh, there she is.
Well, we know all about the technical difficulties, don't we?
Well, anyways, much love to everybody that came tonight. Make sure you guys all subscribe and throw a thumbs up. All right. Have a good night, people.
Absolutely. You guys take care. Be good to each other.
Brooke,
Okay.
you can stay on if you want.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye.